Good morning, everybody. Patty Ann here. Hey, I'm really excited to show you what I'm going to work on today. This is a silver stainless steel wine cup, and I'm really excited about using it today because I'm going to sublimate on it. So I'm going to go from start to finish with this because I'm going to start making my Christmas gifts. Shh, don't tell. So I think this is really super because A, the wine glass comes really nicely boxed for gift giving, right? And B, what I really like about this is that it has this lid to it now, so I can really keep everything in there perfectly without sloshing it around. But you know, sometimes my friends and I, we go out and eat out at restaurants, and oftentimes lately this summer, there have been so many little fruit flies around our wine. This would have been perfect to take. I could have made one for each of the girls for girls' night out. And instead of having to put a napkin over our wine glass, we could bring our own, fill it, and just put on our lid. But anyway, I'm going to show you where I get these. And oh, by the way, I have a code for you. If you use my code, and it is 9P as in Patty, LP as in Patty, 84, you'll get 15% off your bill. So again, I'll have that link down below for you. So let's get started with getting this wine glass started. And by the way, I'm going to use that gnome that I used the other day. Remember, I got it from Creative Fabrica, and I think a lot of you got it as well. So I think it'll be super cute on here. But wait till you see. I'm going to put the gnome on one side, and a tree, and a little lantern, and something else, I think, on the other. So anyway, let's get busy. Okay, if you look up at the screen, you can see the really cute mug that I'm talking about, or the wine glass, the stemless wine glass with a handle. And again, I have that code for you down below. This is my wine glass right here. But the cool thing about this site is this. If you look around when you go to purchase things, notice there's an overview, and it'll tell you more about the product. It tells you it's stainless steel and various things like this. You know, how you can put initials on it, logos, such and such. Then there are some more details about it. If it's dishwasher safe, and they say no, so I would tell your friend to please don't put it in the dishwasher. And I'm just thinking maybe it's this plastic part with the rubber seal that'll get messed up. And then there are downloads. This is my favorite part. Look at here, there's a template here. When you open up the template, or when you download it, it comes in as an Acrobat file, and it looks like this. And you can just print it out, but what I did with mine was I brought it into Silhouette, and I made a little note so I could remember exactly what this is for. One of them I'm going to cut out because this is the first time I've used this product. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut this out and double check and make sure that it is going to fit around my mug how I hope it's going to fit around my mug. Okay, or my stemless wine glass, I should say. I should quit calling it a mug. It's a wine glass. This is also going to give me an idea of where I can place my design. So like that. All right, so now I'm going to wrap this around and see how that's going to go. And yeah, that is perfect. Look at that, you guys. This is perfect. So what I'm going to do now, if I put the lid in, of course, it's not going to obstruct anything. So the reason why this is perfect is because this really tapers down here, and I'd have to make allowances for that, but they've already done the work for us. So all I have to do is to bring this into Silhouette, and I can put my images within this, and it will be just perfect. So let's look back up at my screen now. Okay, I've already removed one of the wine glass templates. I might as well just delete that. Yes, I want to delete the note as well. And then I'm going to take this one and just twirl it around because I need to work with it in this orientation because that's the way, whoops, it's going to go around my wine glass. So I can move this out of the way as well. This piece here, hopefully. They're not as easy to move as you would think. There we go. Okay. So this is my wine glass here. So it doesn't bother me. I am going to go ahead and change my paper size for right now, just while I'm working. Or what I could do, if I prefer, is just come over here and work in this area. So this might be a good time. Let's see. Well, let's just check it out. So I'm going to go ahead. These were what I was thinking of using. So I'm going to ungroup them. And in case you've forgotten where I got these, I'll have the link for them down below. I got these images out of the Creative Fabrica area. Let me just show you that for a second. So if I go to File and Merge, and it was called the Christmas Watercolor Gnomes, and you had to unzip it. Look up here at my page, and I clicked here. Now, to get that lumberjack that I really, really, really liked, I came in here to this extra little PNG folder that they have for us. If you open that, you get some extra parts in here. Okay, and the one that I really liked is this one, because I think it's really cool that his hat hangs outside of the slab of wood from the tree. So I clicked on that and said okay to insert that, and then I also inserted one tree from the other area, but I'm going to insert these 3 trees to see if I like them as well. And they're over here. And I probably won't, but we'll see. All right. So the first thing I'm going to do is probably put him on here. So I'm going to have to resize him way down so he'll fit on this side. So I need to make sure he fits in there, because remember, below this is where the wine glass is going to, so I'm going to send that to the back. Maybe that will help me be able to get this. Yeah. The wine glass is going to go around the base of it. So I want to make sure that I'm below that. So imagine that the handle is right here. I'll have him here. And then on the other side, what I wanted to have was this stuff right here. Now, I forgot to tell you, the same place that I got the single tree, there's also a lantern in there. Let me show you. If I go to File and Merge, and again, I'm in the folder that has the add-on PNGs. Notice it says that there. So I got this little lantern, and I also got the tree, as I said. So let's go back. But you know, there must be another lantern. Let's look one more time, because mine's not really Christmassy. Let's go to Merge. This one has Christmas decorations, and so does that one. So I'm going to go back out and see. Okay, this is the one I merged, this one that wasn't inside the internal folder. Anyway, you can look around and choose whatever you like to make yours your own. So let's just cancel this. And what I did was, let's go like this, flip this horizontally. What I did was I got and ungroup it. I got one tree, and I'll bring the tree up here. I could have gotten more if I wanted to, but I think one will be good. Bring this tree up here so it's going to fit right here. Think it'll fit right about there, and I could probably make it a little bit bigger. Whoops, not that big. So let's see, maybe about that big. And maybe I can make him a smidgen bigger as well. Okay. And move him up a little bit. Okay, and then the tree, I have this saying Gnome Sweet Gnome. So I'll make this a little smaller so it fits in sort of proportionately. And I kind of had it hidden in the back like that. I thought that was kind of cute. And on my original one, what I did was had this lantern on the opposite side. Let's see if I like it still there. Or might I like it over here? And the sign over there. Well, again, this is up to you. This is your creative design. Probably make this a little smaller and bring it here like that. Okay. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that. Now, what I would ordinarily do is to go ahead and print this again so I don't waste my good paper for my sublimation. The only thing I'm concerned about is that this isn't actually making these pieces bend at all, like when we use our warp tool over here. So I'm not sure if I'm going to really like this or not. Okay, just to test this and to see how it's going to work. Again, since I'm new at this, I do a lot of testing, and this testing will help you so that when you purchase these, you'll be just ready to go, and you will know just how to use the template for your wine glasses. Okay, so I'll show you what I did in a second, if this is going to work the way I think it's going to work. Yes, that's perfect. All right. However, now what I'm noticing is I don't want my little guy in that far. I mean, like that close to the handle, and my other thing that close to the handle, and nothing else over here. So I could either write something over here if I wanted to, or I could move my gnome over so he starts about an inch. Well, how far in would that be? Let's see. I will want him to start pardon my fingernails. That was from a sign I made yesterday. I was using all kind of chemicals to try to remove what was on there. Really heavy duty fingernail polish remover and all kinds of stuff. But anyway, I want this to start about an inch. Yeah, I'll have it start an inch in from the side. And then that also an inch in from the side. And I think that will fix it for me. So let's go back up to my screen now. And rather than these being like they are, I'm going to delete this one. Okay, just let me give you an example of how easy it is to change where these images are on here. I'm going to grab everything together and bring it over here. So now, if you'll notice, you can see the ruler here, 12 inches, 11, 10, 9, and so on. Right now, this is not quite an inch away from the edge of this beginning of this paper. And what I actually could do to make this even easier for us to see, let's try this. Let's grab all of this, and I'm going to rotate it so that that piece is kind of flush up here, right? So now I can see that there's the top, and I want this thing to start at the 1 inch mark. So now I can take this and just drag it down here so it starts at the 1 inch mark. And what I will want to do is to twirl it. So rather than it going perpendicular to these lines, I want it to go perpendicular or follow this curve. So I'm going to go ahead and grab this and rotate it around so that instead of it following the straight lines, it's going to follow the curve. So now I can click on that, hold down my shift key, and click on the edge of the template and group those two things together. Now I'll just do the same thing with this guy down here. So if I want to, I can just twirl this whole thing around again like this so that the opening on here is flush. Now notice right now it's not, so I want it to be flush with that. Let's see the opening. There we go. Okay, that looks good. And now I want to move him in an inch. So right now the inch mark is right there. And again, I want to make him kind of follow the roundness of the template. So I'm just, whoopsie. might move him up just a little bit like that. All right, and so now I'm just going to group everything together. Bring this back over here. And I can twirl it now to make it go straight if I want to, like that. Hold down my Alt and make a second one just so I have duplicates so I can show you. And I'll go ahead and print these. Printing them on my printer that I do not use for sublimation. And that's my HP, and I'm changing my preferences to make sure it's on draft because I don't want it to do a whole lot of laying down of ink. And I'll just say print, and I'll bring that back here to show you what we've got. Okay, I've already cut it for my wine glass so you can see, and you can see how nicely this is going to fit on here up above the curve of the cup, right? Because we have to have this really nice and flush up here. So they have it really made perfectly for us. And since I went over the inch, now you can see this is going to fit nicely here if you're right-handed or you're left-handed. Okay, the next thing that I did, if we want to look up at my screen again, I was back up here at where I bought my stemless wine glasses, and I noticed there was no download available that tells me how to cook this thing, how to sublimate it. But I noticed down here it has these ones that are similar. These are just stemless. They don't have a handle. So I clicked on that to see what they had. And sure enough, if you go to downloads, you'll see this area called Tech Tips. When you click on that, what that's going to do is open up and tell you how you should go ahead and sublimate this thing. So it tells you if you're using a convection oven, how long to do your mugs. If you're using a mug press, how long. And then it gives you the temperature for the convection oven and for the mug press and the pressure. So I think these are super. I like to print these things out and have them in a notebook, or I actually have them in a clipboard for myself. So I'm going to go ahead and print this out using my sublimation paper, and I'll join you over there as I tape them in place. Okay, while my mug press is heating up, I thought I would go ahead and cut these out. I need to be very careful that I don't leave any of this gray color on the edge of this. Very careful. Like I see I left some right there. So it's better to go in a little too far than to leave some of that. So I'm kind of looking right here because that'll definitely sublimate right onto my project. All right, that looks pretty good. So I'll do this one now. And again, inside, just barely inside of that line is probably the best bet. You just want to make sure you don't get that color. And I don't know if there's an easier way or a better way to do this, but I believe this is going to work perfectly for me. Now, if you'll notice, it doesn't look very brilliant, right? And oh, I forgot to tell you something important. I did mirror it or flip it horizontally before I printed it. You must do that before you sublimate. So let's go over now to the heat press. Okay, I'm getting ready now. And again, it's what I love is that these mugs come in a box that's perfect and in bubble wrap. So it's a perfect gift that you can personalize. So I'll take off the top. Get my image and my tape. And I'll just begin to tape this on here. So start here at this one side. Like I've told you guys, if you don't have one of these tape dispensers for your tape, I really recommend you get one. It makes a world of difference. Okay, so I'm just trying to make it sure that it's, you know, the nice around the lip. It's nice and taut. Make sure that it doesn't look like it's loose anywhere. Looks pretty good. That looks pretty good to me. I usually only put 2 pieces of tape on, but since I'm new to doing these, I'm doing a little extra. Anyway, so now it's ready to be put into the press. I have my press set at 395, and I'm going to do it for 60 seconds. 395 for 60 seconds. Get in there. What the heck? Here we go. And it says a medium to a light pressure, so mine might have been a little too much. But 60 seconds now, and when that's done, I'll have my pot holder here. I'm looking right now, and I'm hoping I have my mug in far enough. I'm a little worried about how the top of that's going to be, because I think I see some gaping. Gosh. Next time, when I do this again, I'll make sure I bring my mug in a little bit further so the very top is sure to get the heat it needs. Okay, time is up. Take it out and keep your fingers crossed. It's very hot, as you know, if you've done sublimation. All right. I can see 2 little issues here. I must have had a little bit of that blue left on here that I didn't, or the coloring that I didn't get off right there. And then additionally, as I said, I didn't think I had my mug in far enough, so my tree is just lacking a little bit at the top. So lesson learned, when I put this in, move it back a little bit further. And again, make sure you get all of that extra coloring off the template. But all in all, I think it turned out super cute. I think I will use this one, and I will make my friend a matching one. So that's it. I hope you liked this tutorial. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. And make sure you check out the links down below. And don't forget about my special code to save 15% at this website. Another thing I really like about this website is they allow you to buy 1 or 2 or 5 of these things. You don't have to buy a whole case of them. So again, thanks for joining me. See y'all again soon. Bye.